stop. Unstoppable. It's no surprise, I'm your fear in the flesh, can't make me stop. Heading to the top, never gonna stop, can't make me stop. Unstoppable.
Hello, guys, and welcome to our masterclass. Good evening for who is in Europe, and good afternoon from people from Canada. My name is Victor Boyden. I am a professional illustrator, and I've been in the industry for over 17 years and also 15 years working as an art director in the advertising industry. So I'm bringing you tonight here, the vision who has been on both sides of our industry, okay? So I'm going to be reading all the comments on the chat. I'm going to be interacting with you here on our masterclass. So enjoy yourself, turn off your notifications from your phone for you to not distract, because we have a content that is planned for you to engage and also learn a lot here today, okay? I really want you to learn and have different insights for you to break into the industry, for you to get your next illustration client, okay, guys? So today we will go through the process for you to get illustration clients in the age of AI, now that the AI is shaking our profession, shaking our industry. And this is going to work even if you are just beginning, even if you are just starting out, okay? And also, of course, it's going to work if you don't have a big following on social media. If you have just met me, my profile on Instagram has like it's a big profile, but that's because of my educational content, okay? Because for you to work with illustration, you don't need to have a big following, and I'm going to show you a lot of examples here, okay? So this is going to work also if you are shy or an introvert and you don't like speaking to the camera, you don't like appearing on social media, because you know, guys, especially for my generation, I am a millennial, it's really hard for us to be creating content every day, okay? For me, it's a really struggle to be creating content for education. And I know that maybe if you are just an artist, you don't want to be an influencer. Yeah, so you don't need to do that, okay? So we have people from Canada, we have people from Greece, okay? Just give me okay on the chat if the video and also the audio is okay for you guys, just for in this beginning, just for me to know if is everything okay. So just write okay on the chat, okay? And guys, tonight, you're going to understand how things are working now with AI, how to keep getting clients, how to keep staying relevant in our industry. AI has been for a long time now, for 3 to 4 years. And we have seen like a lot of demands are disappearing, a lot of artists are saying that their gigs are slowing down a little bit. So, or some other ones, they lost all of their demand. So I want to bring you here some insights on that, why this is happening, and how for you to understand the movements of demand that is happening on our market, okay? And so we are going to understand also what kind of client is still hiring illustration and what kind of client is going to hire even more in the future. And of course, how to find these people. Okay, so everything is good on the chat. I would say thank you, guys. And now, guys, I know that most of you that are here today, probably you have already tried to attract clients. I saw the survey that you answered when you sign up for the masterclass. And a lot of you guys draw just as a hobby yet. So maybe you didn't went after clients yet, but maybe you tried sometimes. You try to post on social media, try to grow your audience. You try to get clients, but you didn't get any results. And that maybe got you frustrated, maybe got you like, maybe this is not something for me. And just want to make you for you to stay calm. It doesn't happen only with you. Okay? Sometimes we do things, trying to do things correctly, but that thing is doing the opposite for us. I used to do this a lot of times, Back in the days, in the beginning, I was trying to promote my art, and today I see from today's perspective, I do know that what I was doing, I was only losing time, wasting my energy. I could put my energy on other places for me to get illustration clients, okay? And I want to remind you, I was an art director, so I was inside the industry. And even like that, I used to make some mistakes, okay? So as we are going to go through some of these mistakes, probably you're going to see that you are committing some of them. It's completely normal, okay? So I want you today also for this masterclass, for you to don't be afraid that what I'm going to show you here, it's really simple. It's easy for you to apply this. It's an easy method, so it's really simple for you to apply. So as I said, it works for who is in the beginning of the journey and also for veterans who has been like a long time on the road, okay? So let's say the first thing I want you to remember, for you to take note, get your sketchbook, take notes. The first thing is, you can do it, okay? This is important because a lot of us artists, we don't believe in ourselves. But I want to assure you that you can do it, okay? I am not the best illustrator. If probably you have searched for my portfolio, searched for who is this guy appearing on my Instagram. I am not the best illustrator. I do like my work, but technically, I do know that my art falls behind from a lot of other artists. So you can do it, okay? Because there's today a client needing the kind of work that you do today. Not the kind of work that you will be doing like in 10 years. The kind of art that you do today. Okay, so that's why we are here today. Because all of us love doing what we do. If you want to work with this, you dream of working with something that you love doing. And if you're already freelancing, you're already getting gigs, you want to do even more with that. You want to get better payments, better clients. Yeah. So again, our idea here is for us to build a steady stream of work. I'm going to show you a lot of examples from different artists, from different contexts, just for you to see different possibilities. The first ones is Suzu Takeshi. Suzu, it happened in April this year. He applied exactly what I'm going to show you here today. And he has closed a deal with the North Face. He has like a big collection with them, the North Face Japan, okay, in his case. So he got this beautiful collection released by the North Face. So let me give you just a little context. As I saw that most of you guys just met me, I think it's like 70 or 80%. Who has just met me, guys, like in the past week, past 10 days? Who had never heard of me? Because my content was focused first on Brazil, okay? And my illustration was worldwide, but I know I was always low profile with illustration. So put on the chat, who has just met me? Well, I'll get some water here. And I'm going to tell you a bit, really quickly, just a little bit about me. So Dave, first time, awesome. Awesome, Kadar Arts. Oh, okay. This water is important for me to relax. You know, my native language, it's Portuguese. I need to think a little bit different in English, but okay, now everything is settling down. Now it's okay. So guys, as I said before, I worked as an art director for 15 years in advertising. So I used to hire a lot of illustrators, a lot of photographers, filmmakers. So I was on the other side. So I know a lot of mistakes. I know exactly what makes an art director to not pay attention to an illustration portfolio. to not make, and when you hire an illustrator, what makes this art director to not work with that illustrator again? What are these mistakes? So I want to bring all of this vision for you here, okay? And then I've been illustrating for more than 17 years. Part of this time they collapsed. I was both an art director and also an illustrator. Okay, so I started illustrating in 2029, and back then I was still an art director. And I'm 43 years old. Okay, oh my God! If you have 15 years in art direction plus 17 years in illustration, how old is this guy? Okay, but this time collapsed. And I've been teaching the illustration business for the past 6 years. I started in 2019. So I have already taught a lot of strategies for portfolio, social media, client outreach or prospecting, pricing, negotiation, contracts. You know, guys, there is one sentence that I like to repeat a lot. That is this: drawing well is only 10% of a successful career. Of course, improving your technique, improving your skills is important, and it is going to help for you to get clients. But that's not enough. Why? That's true. If learning new skills was enough, we wouldn't see a lot of skilled artists not getting illustration clients, right? So there's this all other 90%. That's what I teach. That's what I'm bringing you guys tonight. Okay. So with all that time, I have seen some strategies working for veteran illustrators, senior illustrators. And some of these strategies didn't work so much for beginners. Because in the beginning, when I was teaching the illustration business, I was teaching from my experience. And even like that, I helped hundreds of artists. But for who was in the beginning, sometimes that didn't work so much because their portfolio wasn't ready, their style wasn't so defined, their skill wasn't so up. So I started to think, what could we do differently to help these people? What could we do? Put on the chat, who's starting now, guys? Right like that. I am beginning now. Or if you're a veteran, senior here, veteran here, just put where are you in the illustration journey? And then when you are teaching and when you are among a lot of different artists with different contests, comes the power of community. And when you are in this community teaching, there is this knowledge exchange. I started to teach from people from different countries. Brazil, as I said, Canada, UK, Italy, France, Portugal, Germany, Greece, Netherlands. So put in the chat, where are you from also? Alexandra is starting. Big David in the middle. Kadart starting, awesome. Newbie. Starting veteran, kind of veteran, Anna. Awesome, guys. Awesome, guys. A lot of people come from the graphic design. In Brazil, we have a lot of people that comes from architecture, then they go to illustration. Because it's not in Brazil, the art college is not so strong. So people think that if I like to draw, I need to go to architecture. It's something cultural that happens here. Croatia, awesome, awesome. Welcome, 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 everybody. So guys, teaching and speaking to artists with different contexts from different countries, there was this a lot of different this knowledge exchange, as I said. So by talking to people and observing from different realities from mine, I saw a lot of times what makes people stop, what makes people get frozen, what makes people procrastinate. The first one is the road, the journey looks too long, too big. The destination looks so far away. It's really hard for me to develop everything and then be ready, and then I'm going to be able to get clients. So people procrastinate. It's too much for their mind. Because also it may take some time to see results. Imagine this, you need to define your style. Probably this is on your mind. You need to define your style, portfolio building, client outreach, creating content, winning the algorithm, and etc., 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 etc. And then I thought, what if artists could see results not only when everything is ready, not only when style is defined, not only when the portfolio is ready, but what if artists could get clients not only after portfolio is ready, but what if artists could get results while the portfolio is being developed? That would be perfect because artists wouldn't quit. They would feel motivated. They would see progress. They would feel progress. And then in one of these community exchanges, I saw one guy from Brazil doing something really different. This guy, his name is Caco Neto, and he came from he was a salesman. So he was one of my students. He learned everything from illustration, but then he brought his background from the sales part. He was, if I'm not mistaken, he was the owner of a graphic company, a printer. So he knew a lot of outreach clients, but of course in his area. But then he brought his experience into this. And he started getting clients while he was developing his portfolio. And then I saw, oh my God, this is good. This is it. This is something important. And then he was up for a chat with all the students, and a lot of different artists started doing that. And again, they started getting clients while their portfolio was ready. And when I say a ready portfolio, there's, for example, a minimum of illustrations you need to have on your ready portfolio. The minimum one is 10 pieces, 10 illustrations, 10 projects. Ideal from 20 to 30. Okay? So should I wait to get all of these online up on my portfolio and then only then go after clients? It's too much, too big, too far. But if I can get clients along the road, this is going to keep me motivated. And that was what was happening. Okay. So again, the first one that did this, oh, sorry, wrong, wrong screen. Glaucia was the first one. It's written in Portuguese, but she is saying, "Good morning. Here's my first real project of a children's book that was so that I dreamed so much." So that's the book. And as you can see on her Instagram, the screen is a little bit small for me, but 230, I think, followers. No big following. And she was already illustrating a children's book. Doing this, what I'm going to show you this tonight. Okay? Awesome. I'm seeing the chat. So, okay, guys. So let's dive in. Just a little context for you, what I'm bringing you tonight here for you guys, okay? So let's go after clients, those clients. Let me just a second. Just turning off the cell phone. Sorry, I told you guys to turn off the notifications. I forgot to turn off on mine. Sorry about that. So now let's dive in. Let's go after those clients. So what are the different ways that an illustrator can get clients? And just it's a little definition here, just for us to be clear. Art is different from illustration. Maybe that is clear for you, but maybe it's not. So for an art to be an illustration, there's the need to be a client on the other side. Okay, it needs to be commercial, developed for a client. That is illustration. Okay, so what's the different ways that an artist and illustrator can get clients in our industry? The first way, and that's what people always hope, clients find you by themselves. You post on social media, you post on Behance, on ArtStation, on DeviantArt, on Dribbble, or any other platform. You put your work in there, and then they come after you. They find you by themselves. Does that works? Yeah, it works, but not so much as we would like. For us, the best ideal word was what? I'm going to post my art, everybody's going to love it, and they're going to hire me. Yeah? So that works. So that's one way for you to attract clients. But for that works, you need to prepare your social media. You need to prepare your portfolio. You need to show who you are, what you do, and to whom you do. You need to have like a direction to a certain market. So if you want to work with children's illustration, you need to have a lot of art illustrations for children's book or for advertising for children, like the final consumer, for like the final audience of our client. Okay, so this is important. This wasn't all my content here. It's important for you to keep in mind. When you are giving direction to your work, don't think about only about the market. Don't think about, I want to illustrate for advertising, or I want to draw for children's book or children's, for example. Think about the consumer. If you want to draw for advertising, what kind of advertising? Advertising is huge. You can draw advertising for rock concerts or sneakers, or you can draw for advertising for children. There's a lot of products and packaging, for example, for children. So instead of drawing only for advertising, that your portfolio is going to be too generic, too general, go specific on that. Okay, because then you're going to connect or making more possible for you to connect with those brands that are going to be connected with your work and their client. Okay, so clients can find you by themselves. And the problem here, guys, and the majority of artists do that, is doing only this. I'm going to post every day on social media. I'm going to post a lot of stories and everything, and then clients are going to find me. And sometimes that works again, but that's not enough for you to have a steady flow of work. Of course, but Victor, I know an artist that she does only that. But that's not the majority of us. That's the exception. Some artists has broken the algorithm. They made it. They went viral and people are finding them. Sometimes that happens, of course. But that's so hard to do that. As I said, that's the exception. So people start to post and wait, and then they get frustrated, and then they quit. Or maybe they think that the problem is my art. I am not good enough. I think this is for other people and not for me. I should have heard my mom and went for a serious profession, right? Yeah. So yes, I am going to talk about code rich. Of course, I'm going to talk about code rich, but there's more. There's a lot more. Okay, guys. So the problem is, as I said, doing only that, waiting for that. And this, when you wait for clients to come for you, this is called passive prospection. Okay, and then you can find clients. You can wait for clients, wait for them on the right place. You show your work where clients are looking for illustrations. Which places are these? Marketplaces and job boards. So platforms like Upwork, Workana, 99 Jobs, Fiverr, all of those. These platforms are a little bit complicated, especially this year, okay? But the difference are what? Marketplace, you're going to be showing your work, and clients access this platform, and they make their search, and then the algorithm of the platform is going to show your work to them. Okay, and the job board is the opposite. The client posts the opportunity, and then you can apply to that. Like Behance has a job board. Okay, that's the difference. And the problem today with this approach is there's a lot of scam happening now in these platforms. You can, for example, as soon as you create your profile in there, a lot of people are going to bring you opportunities that are scam. Okay, so you need to take a lot of care with these platforms today. Of course, there are ways to go around that, but it's happening a lot. So I'm not going to go deep into this. Okay, again, AI is changing this a lot, and also besides scam, what is happening is also what AI is flooding these platforms. So you're going to be competing with AI images. And of course, the prices of AI are going to be lower. Yeah, so it's hard to compete on those platforms. And as usually clients that go to these platforms, they are going after price only, then AI is going to be a good fit for them. Okay, but Victor, I know in artists there is still work. Yeah, there are exceptions. People can get work, serious work on these platforms. Okay, but again, I think it's a lot of energy you need to put in there. Okay. Yes, exactly, Enzo. These platforms are populated by low-rate clients. That's true. Yeah. So again, I don't think it's a good advice for, especially if you're beginning, if you to start doing that. Okay. And then, as I don't know the name, ICSD7325 said, I'm going to talk about cold outreach again. You can find the clients by yourself. Okay, this is called cold outreach or direct prospecting. Yeah, here, direct prospecting. This is what myself, I was always doing. That's what I still do today. Okay, and it still works. But again, for this to work, you need to have your portfolio ready. You need to have style consistency. Okay? And again, this is so effective. It works so much. So much. And when we say our portfolio ready, sometimes when we recreate a monster in our mind, a portfolio ready, again, when you have the minimum, that's 10 illustrations, 10 drawings, guys. 10 drawings. That's so little. And when you go to the right niche, this is going to work. The chances of working are huge. And yet, people simply don't do it. First, because it takes time. It takes time to find the contacts, to reach out to them, to speak to them. And usually, again, as I said, you need to have your portfolio ready. Style consistency, at least 10 pieces, the right niche. You need to organize your project on your portfolio. You know, when you enter Behance and ArtStation and you see those huge projects in there? Yeah, that helps. So again, when you see everything that you need to do, everything, that's a lot, then people procrastinate. And there's another thing that happens here. I heard this like 2 weeks ago. There was one student, she said, Victor, I'm not doing this. I'm not reaching to clients because what if it works? What if a client wants to work with me? She was afraid of the need to talk to the client, exchange emails, client expectations. What if the client doesn't like my work? And then I said, if the client saw your portfolio, he already liked your work. So she was procrastinating. So there's a lot of things that can make an artist procrastinate the cold outreach. Okay? But again, it takes time doing that. But it works, okay? It's the best way for you to choose the kind of client that you want to work with. It's the best way for you to have control over the quantity, the amount of people coming to you, working with you. And also the money they have, okay? But let me tell you something here. The biggest fear of all the illustrators, the big monster or enemy of illustrators. Let me just open the iPad here, that the screen locked. The biggest fear, a monster, is this, the big wait. Waiting is by far what I have seen destroying illustration careers and made people quit. The wait. And the wait can be caused by two things. First, by the artist. Sorry about my letter, okay? By the artist. And also by the client. Yeah? I'm going to explain. The artist waits when he needs to get like better skills. Oops, yeah, better skills, style, definition, portfolio update. Oh, tomorrow I'm going to update my portfolio. I'm just going to create a new, better piece, new, better illustration, and then, yeah, I'm going to be ready. Then they wait for the next one. I've seen a lot of artists not doing what should be done. And they keep waiting. And as I said before, because they were afraid of things happening, a lot of artists, I have seen a lot of artists being afraid of success because they were afraid of things that come with success. Does it happen with you? Maybe. Being afraid of things that come with success. Afraid of having to manage their time because they have their day job. And then, oh my God, when I'm going to draw, to illustrate, I'm really tired at night. I did that for 10 years. From my 17-year career, 10 years was illustrating on my spare time. And I know I was really tired. Yeah, but it compensates. And then there's anxiety, client expectations. So we artists, we anticipate all of this, we create everything in our mind, and then we wait. We stop. So it was a never-ending cycle, you know? I myself, I didn't specifically went through this. But again, I was tired. Time management for me was hard. My procrastination was more because of the fear of being judged. For me, was always strong. I had two huge creative blocks, both of them because I was afraid of being judged. I remember the first creative block was in 2012. I was trying to be Matt Taylor, trying to be Tim McDonagh. I was trying to be Matthias Adolfsson. I want to be like those guys. And my drawing was so far away. I remember posting on social media and then shaking and deleting the art for me to not be judged. And then I was procrastinating. But then my career skyrocketed only when I lost one job. I was in the health industry. I was working on a pharmacy, a drugstore. I lost that job, a company. I was a partner. And then I could rely only on illustration. And then I started to do what I should be doing. And then things started to happen. Okay. And that's what made me, of course, then teaching the illustration business. And I said, oh my God, this works. And I need to give this also to other people. And then I did what I had to do. And again, guys, that was freedom. That was liberation. That procrastination went away. Okay. So again, artists usually they procrastinate because of mental block. Okay. I'm not sure if in English it's the best definition, but so their mind are blocking themselves. Okay. And then there's the weight caused by the client. Yeah. What happens here, guys? Let me explain. You prepare your work. Preparation. Let me give a little zoom here. Preparation. Sorry again for my lettering. I don't do hand lettering. You know why now. There's preparation. And then you prepare your social media, your portfolio, and then you are ready. Okay? And then you overcome all the blocks, mental blocks, and then you start prospecting. You go after clients, a lot of different cold outreach, a lot outreach. Yeah, but then one of these it works. a lot of time and then it works. So it works. And then you find this little guy here. And this guy loves your work. He loves your work. Oh my God, you are the kind of art that I was looking for. But then comes the wait. Even though he likes your work, maybe he doesn't have anything. He doesn't have anything to show to you, to give to you. All the projects that he's working on are going to use photographs, or now sometimes AI, or different illustration styles. He loves you. He loves your work. And you keep waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting, waiting and waiting and waiting. And then he forgets about you. It happens a lot of times. So again, the wait kills career. The wait creates anxiety. So you made all of this hard work, preparation, style definition, develop your art, prepare your social media, put on your portfolio, started to do the cold outreach. One person answered you saying that he likes your work, but then he doesn't have anything to give to you. Then comes this silence. Again, guys, finding an art director, an editor, and graphic designer, a producer, a recruiter that loves your work, it's not a guarantee that these people are going to have work for you. Okay? And when this wait happens, a lot of people start saying AI is killing the industry. And yes, AI is shaking the industry, not killing, but shaking the industry. There is too much competition. My mom was right. Maybe I should get a serious job and all that, yada, yada. So here is what you should be doing while you wait. Let me put here on the top. Okay? Two things you should be doing while you are waiting for the opportunity from these clients. Of course, you will be finding new people. Sorry, just let me get a water. Does it make sense, guys? Does it happen with you? Does it happen with you? So of course, you're going to be still doing the cold outreach. You don't need to, you can't stop that. You outreach, okay? This is okay, but the most important here, you need to be working to be remembered. By whom? By this guy here. This guy, when the opportunity comes, he needs to remember. Think with me. The same way that you have prospected this person, dozens or hundreds of other artists are also contacting him. And the person is going to send the project for the first name that comes to her mind. Yeah? Yeah, that's it. Anna is doing this, making them remember. Exactly. Exactly. Yeah? So you need to be working on being remembered, sending newsletter, appearing on social media, appearing inside their refrigerator. You see that there's a meme now. There's a guy, I think it's Justin, his name. Like he opened the refrigerator and he starts singing a song with the food. We need to be like that for the art directors. They are going to open the coffee machine, boom, your name in there. We need to appear all the time, okay? But again, maybe even if the person likes, we don't know when the opportunity can come. Sometimes it comes like in 1 week. Sometimes it takes 2 years. For me, the longest that I needed to wait for a client that brought an opportunity was 2 years. 2 years waiting and being remembered, making my name being remembered by that person. And then the opportunity comes. So we need to make sure that the person remembers us. Okay? And now, here's the catch. While you are looking for new people, doing the outreach, and also being remembered, there's a second work to be done here. And it's going to do this second thing here is going to keep you motivated when you with energy to keep going after your dream, making Mondays to be exciting day of the week. Yeah, it is called. So sorry, I think I got there wrong. Just a second. Yeah, here it is called the monetized production. Okay, monetized portfolio production. Just let me, you disappeared here. Monetized production. This is what made Nana or Nadia with just a few pieces on her portfolio. She had like 4 or 5 pieces on her portfolio. This is the kind of drawing that she does for her to be illustrating stories. Okay, it's in Portuguese. I'm going to read. Hey, Victor, WhatsApp. It's an expression here. WhatsApp. So, someone has just accepted an illustration. And then another message on another day, Victor, I have she was telling me I was not feeling so well in the past days, and I couldn't do it more. But that author got interested and accepted one illustration. And now I have 3 of them accepted with a small portfolio, 4 to 5 pieces on her portfolio. Okay? And her portfolio was stuck. She was stuck with not these opportunities. So this work that I'm going to tell you now made she start getting movement for her. He started to prospect a different kind of client. A kind of client that gives the possibility of making her portfolio production to be monetized. You know, how you usually we produce our portfolio? We illustrate for ourselves, we create a personal project, and then upload to portfolio. And that's why people stop, because they don't see results. Drawing is nice, illustrating is awesome, of course, but again, it's a lot of work to build a portfolio. So another thing that happened with Nadia or Nana, and Nana is her pseudonym. What made she made that is finding a kind of client that is a good match with her values. Okay, I'm going to tell you a little bit more about that. Okay, this, guys, is what is going to be bringing you demand. What I'm going to tell you now, you're going to be producing portfolio, building your personal brand, building your authority for people to see you as more professional, and also monetizing. Okay, and it is not something so different than what you're already doing today. It's just a small fit. Okay, just a small fit. So what do you do when you don't have illustration work? You watch Masterclasses, yeah? No. What do you do when you don't have illustration work? You create illustration for yourself, you post on social media, or you don't illustrate. Then that's okay. Yeah? I am on one case like that. I usually draw only when I have a job, only when I have a briefing for me to do. Yeah, that's why I don't consider myself as an artist, only as an illustrator, because I'm motivated. I need to have an objective. I need to have a goal for the illustration. Yeah, so this method helps me with that. Yeah, so you're going to be drawing for yourself, creating personal projects. So you're also going to be doing that. While you are waiting for the opportunities, you are going to be creating for yourself. But you're going to use this to create opportunities. Yeah? So instead of just creating something for you and then posting your portfolio and then waiting, you're going to be looking, oh my God. Yeah, looking for specific kinds of clients. Okay, I need to put this from it does not for it not happen again. Let me just a second, guys. Just let me put the chat here, just for my screen to not, so for me to not keep putting the wrong slide on the screen. Yeah, okay. So you're going to be looking for a specific kind of clients. You're going to be looking for business, small business, independent authors, indie publishers, clients that you can have a direct, take note on that, clients that you are going to have direct contact with the owner of the business, okay? Because when you reach for an editor or an art director or graphic designer, usually they are part of a team. And they are not the only person, the only people responsible for hiring you. So you are going to be looking, for you to monetize your portfolio production, you're going to be looking or speaking to people that are the owner of the business. Or of course, an independent author, it's the only person. That's the person who is going to decide. Yeah, you're going to be looking for this kind of people. There is no intermediate person in the decision making. And these people, this business, they are going to be connected with your art, with your values. Take note on that, your values, with what you believe. You're going to be creating for them your personal, it's a match. For example, if you love nature, for example, you're going to be creating the themes they are based on nature. And then you're going to be finding companies that have the same values. We're going to be creating for these kind of companies, but values and themes that you love, that you like. That's why you're going to be creating personal work, but directed to these kind of companies. And there's going to be this match. That's why you're going to be creating opportunities for you. And when you do that, two things can happen. Okay? Two things can happen. Maybe they love your work. Yeah. Oh my God, I love it. Or maybe they're not going to love. If the client loves your work, you have an opportunity. Opportunity. And that is going to create income. Yeah? And maybe the person's or the company is not going to like it. Oh, I don't need that. I don't like it. That's okay. If that happens, you're not losing time because you're going to have a strong project. Your portfolio are going to be looking, I'm going to explain, okay? Your portfolio is going to be more professional. So let's say, for example, let's say that you want to illustrate for coffee shops. Just an example here. You love coffee and you want to illustrate coffee, illustrations of coffee and people drinking coffee, daily routine of a coffee shop. And you love that. Instead of creating for yourself, you're going to find a coffee shop online on your city, on your country, or on any part of the world. You can do this online. And then you're going to create a proposal for this coffee shop. And again, the person can like it. Yeah. And then you're going to generate income. And maybe the person is not going to like it. But again, the project is not going to be lost. You're going to put that project on your portfolio. Your portfolio is going to be strong. And then on the next one, and the next contact that you're going to be making, you are already going to have one project for a coffee shop. This can make you a specialist on a niche. This builds authority. Okay? This builds authority. It's so simple, yet so effective. And the next thing, you're going to be drawing things that you like. Yeah? And this works not because you're going to be presenting to any kind of company. You're going to be presenting, aiming at companies that are connected to what you believe, what you liked. There's no general prospecting, no general cold outreach here. Not sending hundreds or thousands of emails, trying everybody. And this is powerful because you will be creating things again that you like, that you are also connected to. Just like now the correct slide here, like Ninon. Ninon is from France, and she created just a few, I think it was 2 or 3 months, she created her first magazine cover. This is the image she sent to the magazine. I hope you are doing well. I wanted to check in as I promised as I received my first client. They're a small magazine that focused on low tech. So our environmental, her value, what she believes a lot is environmental, okay? So our environmental values matched, and I got very lucky that they had the demand for a cover for their next issue. And Ninon, she started from zero. She started from zero portfolio, okay? She used exactly this method while she was prospecting and waiting for the opportunities. And again, she wasn't prospecting only small business, only small publishers. She is also prospecting the big ones. She is in the waiting process, prospecting art director. So one thing doesn't exclude the other one. It's just something that you are going to be doing. Let me change the color here. You are going to be doing while you are doing this everything. So you're not going to be waiting and being ghosted and having only silence from the other side. You're going to be in movement. Like this, guys, you can create like 3 to 4 pieces per week. Of course, it depends on your available time, of course. Imagine that you create 1 illustration per week, driven to a certain market, to a company that matches your values, drawing things that you like. This is perfect, okay? This is perfect. But can you see, for example, for Ninon, how stronger her personal brand gets for the next contact that she's going to make? She can say, I have already illustrated a magazine cover. Can you feel that? How stronger her work gets? How stronger her credibility becomes for her to get her next client? Then things start to get easier and easier over time. And this is a self-sustaining system. Oh, there's a typo here, sorry. Self-sustaining system. You draw for a company, you can create income or a portfolio, project. Then you're going to post this on social media and portfolio. And then you are stronger than before. Then you're going to create the second one, and then the third one, and then the fourth one. And then your portfolio is going to be driven to a market that you choose. And it makes a lot of difference when you reach art directors. Then you're going to have material to send newsletters, work update, and your style and your practice is going to be more natural. You're going to be drawing a lot more. Again, it's a self-sustaining system. That you work, you create opportunities and also income. Of course, some of these opportunities are not going to make income. But again, you're going to be creating a project. You're going to be doing something that you would already do. Draw for yourself the themes that you like. So if you want to do, someone said on chat like dark art. You can search for companies, search for pubs, search for t-shirt companies. You can look for authors, for example, that use dark art. You know, you're going to be creating like that. It works with all the themes, all the values, everything. And this is going, again, the biggest advantage is going to keep you motivated. It is going to keep you motivated, trusting in yourself, because again, you will be in movement. This is really life-changing. It's really simple. And as I said before, it works for who is beginning. Works for who is beginning. And guys, now that AI is here, just studying a market. Oh, I want to work with illustration. Let me see the trends in illustration. Then you look everything that is being done in illustration. Then you start learning that style. And then you develop your style following that trend. Now that AI is here, worrying only about trends, worrying only about visuals, following market trends, really isn't enough anymore, because AI does that. You know? Let me see the chat, but it's okay to claim that you made those projects for a brand without really being hired to do it. You can post and say that it's a project. You don't need to. You're not going to be saying that it's a real project. Okay? Concept created for the example brand. There's no problem. Or concept project. Okay? There's no problem in that. Yeah. So again, guys, now that AI is here and chasing visuals is not enough anymore, the most important thing is connections. Okay? Connections. This is what our directors, editors, graphic designers, producers, recruiters, that's what we are looking for. So the era of cold outreach to hundreds of or thousands of possible clients, I used to do that a lot. Yeah, a lot. Going after thousands of people, seeing if something is going to happen, to work. This is not going to work on the long run, because AI is going to work on that, is already working on that. AI is finding the contact, sending message, everything automated. So you need to go after those connections. And for me, I see this as a huge opportunity. Why? Because you're going to be drawing things that you love. You know, those things that were romantic in illustration. Oh, you're going to be drawing only what you like. This is going to be more and more real. Okay? As I said before, the cold outreach still works, especially if your portfolio is ready, if your portfolio is advanced. Okay? It still may work. But these connections where you find really relevant clients, you're not going to be prospecting hundreds, maybe dozens. And then you're going to create relationship with them. You are going to be creating the opportunity, okay? Where you show clients your art working for them, making them see that they can profit more. For example, a burger shop or a coffee shop. You're going to be working on their identity, making them look more professional, for example. You're going to be creating opportunity. Maybe hiring illustration wasn't on their radar, but you are going to show to them. Okay? Illustration can help a company to sell more, to reach more customers, more readers, for example, a bigger audience. These connections are going to make you grow and also make you get income, as I said. And it also, of course, as I said, guys, you're not going to be excluding the other perspective. You're still going to be going after our directors and publishers and advertising agencies, illustration agencies. You're still going to try to be represented by an agent. The traditional market is here. Yeah. You will also be chasing the dream clients, publishers. And probably that's your main goal. Yeah. It's still mine. Yeah. But you, as I said, you will be getting money along the way. You're going to be getting money, generating opportunities until that happens. It is income now. And not only, maybe one day it can happen. It brings certainty. But Victor, I don't have a portfolio. It is going to take too long. This way here, and that I'm showing to you guys, is going to make you three things for you. First, make your portfolio ready quicker. In weeks, your portfolio can be ready, not in years or months. Yeah, of course, depends on your available time, but it makes things quicker. And it's going to make it stronger because it's going to be driven to a certain market, more professional, because it will have a clear market purpose, okay? And will make you get client results quicker too. Research and development, yeah. Yeah, Mary, exactly. Mary or Mahi, I'm not sure. Make you get clients and results quicker too. And again, guys, without losing your artistic essence. I told you that I had 2 creative blocks. The first one was on 2012, when I was comparing myself to others. The second one happened 3 years ago, when I created an advertising studio, illustration studio for advertising. And we were doing only for the market. And I was not drawing for myself, and I was not connected with the art. And then what happened? Boom, creative block, and also burnout. So this way, you're not going to be going away from your artistic essence. Okay, just like Slay Erdman. That's the art she made, and she said, "I started using, and it helps a lot. One of the returns that I got is from one of my dream clients from the cannabis industry. I'm going to keep feeding and creating this connection, as you said." Again, the dream client returned to her. And also, guys, there's Jair, I think that's how it's said. He's from Mexico. He sent a huge message, but there is this one. In November, I got laid off from the company due to budget cuts. 3 days after that, I saw your webinar, just like you guys here, saw your webinar on Instagram and decided to join. And your story really resonated with me. Now, it was last November, okay? No, last year. Almost 2 months after the start of Portifa, the course, with only three projects in my portfolio, following everything I've learned from you, I just closed my first ever deal for an illustrated children's book for over $7K US. Hey guys, a lot of money. At least I think $7,000 is a lot of money everywhere, right? With 3 pieces in his portfolio. And why does it work like that, guys? Again, because you're going to be prospecting clients that are a perfect match, not thousands of clients that are going to be connected. You're going to be sending a really customized proposal that they're going to be seeing your art working on their reality, their store, their packaging, their stories. So they need to see a lot of work. An art director needs to see a full portfolio with a lot of work to see style consistency, yeah? In this case here, that goes away because they are going to be the art working, and you're going to be speaking directly to the client decision making. Also, guys, this happened with Marcia Diaz. Marcia works with traditional illustration, and she created not for Joe Malone, the brand, the global brand, but the local store. She went to the decision maker, to the store owner with this approach, and she made a live illustration work with them, with traditional illustration. So just a warning here, guys. Different clients need different approaches, okay? So when you are speaking to an art director, graphic designer, editor, or producer, and these are common roles in the industry, there's a way to approach them because they understand about illustration. They know the benefits of illustration, yeah? They're used to hire illustrators. So when you're going to go after other clients, if you use the same language, hey, take a look at my portfolio. Sometimes the business owner doesn't even know what is a portfolio, the meaning of the word. You know, they know about hamburgers, about coffee and everything, but not about graphic design or illustration. So you need to keep that in mind when you approach them. Okay? So guys, just a small pause here. Do you understand what I'm showing you guys here? Oh, Julie's watching the portfolio class. Awesome, Julie. Awesome. So do you guys understand what I'm showing you guys here? It is a way for us to start working and closing deals. If you apply this, like this week before Christmas, generating stronger portfolio projects before the end of the year. It's a way for you to have a completely different year next year for illustration. Okay? And I'm not being sensationalist. I'm not sure if this word exists in English. I think not sensationalist. In Portuguese, it's sensacionalista, but I think I tried to make a, a bad translation here. Sorry, but again, I'm not. This is not something like I missed the word here. Again, it really can change things for you. Okay. Again, Wackhaus, I think, stop frame graphs, said Ludwig. Okay. Based in Spain, what happens when I don't have a consistency style in my portfolio? This way here, you don't need also to have style consistency because you're going to be showing the art applied. The client is going to be seeing the style, the illustration style that you chose applied to their reality. Oh, then they're going to say, oh, this works, it works, or it doesn't work. Okay, that's what's happened. Oh, okay, thank you, Luisa. Thank you, Luisa. Sensationalist. Yeah, thank you. Sensational. Yeah, thank you, guys. So there's something that I call, guys, the line of opportunities. Yeah. So this is the line, a timeline. Yeah. So in the beginning, your work that you do today, and for example, your work that you will be doing like in 5 years or 10 years. So as I said, wait is what makes people quit. So I'm going to wait for my art to improve. I see my art in a certain way, but maybe it's going to take like 5 years for it to get there. Yeah. And people wait. So what happens between what your art today and your art in 5 years is that you have clients today, tomorrow, next week, next month, until then. And if you wait, all these clients, all these opportunities are going to be passed to other artists. And maybe the client that wants your art today, let me show you with the mouse, this client here in the beginning, he wants your art today. And the art that you will be doing like in 5 years, it's not going to work for him anymore. Yeah. So that's why you need to be in movement finding these people for you to not lose opportunities. Of course, different clients along the line of opportunities. Okay, you need to prepare your work for the different clients you'll find along the way. And sometimes your dream client, it's not where you are today. You are here, for example, and your dream client is here. And you're going to be improving and developing your style and making your portfolio stronger. What I'm proposing for you here today is for you to get these opportunities too. For you to not stay like, it's so easy for us to give up. It's so easy for us to, oh, okay, now I have, now my baby has just been born. Now I need to take care of my dog. Life happens. So when we are not motivated, it's easy for us to quit. It's really easy. I have seen this a lot of times. Okay? For example, myself, guys, I've been terrible with anatomy, perspective, and everything. I'm still am terrible with anatomy, especially. Yeah, I don't understand the human body. Okay, so if I was still waiting for my skills to develop, I would be quitting. That's what made me get my creative block like 13 years ago in 2012. Imagine if I was still waiting for my skills to develop. Yeah, and then when I stopped looking for that, understand that there were clients looking for the kind of art that I was doing, I started looking for other kind of art, other kind of illustration that started to bring me more joy. It was more fun to work with. Yeah. So again, take note, guys. There's a client wanting the kind of work that you do today. Okay, take note for that. There's a client wanting the kind of work that you do today. As I said in the beginning. This is, guys, a complete new mindset of not only creating art that keep your radar turned on. You will be always looking for opportunities on attracting clients, delivering what they need. But again, not only doing that, but also not leaving your true creative identity. It's what I'm showing you guys here. It's like doing the marketing sales part in an easy way. easy for you to for you if you are beginning, and also if you are already a senior or a veteran. Okay, and my philosophy, work philosophy, is the philosophy that drives my career and also my courses content. It is made based on what I have seen working on the market and also with my students. Is that you don't need to chase the market. Illustrators today, they don't need to chase the market. You chase you first, make work that is true for yourself, that connects with you, and only then you're going to be finding the clients that are going to be a good fit for that. Because if you invert this, you're going to be entering creative block. You're going to be like, I don't know what to draw, things like that. Okay, so this is the best way for you to create authenticity. This is what clients are looking for more and more in the age of AI. Why am I going to choose an illustrator and not make the image with AI? This kind of thing, connection, authenticity. Okay, I got this message, guys, here this morning. If it came from Junis, one of my students. It's really this morning. He announced that he was got representation. If you go to his Instagram is Junis. If you go, it's still his stories, okay? And hence he sent me a message on WhatsApp, and he said, it's translated here. Man, thanks. I'm really happy to see that I'm truly growing in finally giving voice to my own style. Junis used to follow market trends. Yeah, I really focused on that this year, and I finally let go of the prejudice against working with what I love. He thought that working with what I love is bullshit. I need to do what brings me money. Had this pre-concept. So he started doing what he loved, that is comics. And then he said, and things have been flowing really well. Just feeling grateful. I'll still swing by so we can grab a coffee next year. Junis, you can come. So guys, again, he's making the kind of drawing that he loves. And the market came after, and is coming as never before. As never before. Because his style is more refined, because he is going deeper in the connection with his art. And the client on the other side feels that. It feels that. I want this. Clients want this. Okay? So guys, again, think with me about AI. Clients, they also need authenticity. If everybody can do something with AI, of course, that's bad for us, but even worse, the client. Companies also need authenticity and differentiation. So, all this is implied on my work philosophy. Okay? Yeah, Mary said, I think this is also about letting your niche evolve too. Loads of pressure to be super recognizable, but when you're multi-styles and skills, you can still get jobs. Yes, Mary. When you have multiple styles, you can niche on the same theme, you know? You focus on your values and then bring different visual concepts about that. This is going to create connections. Yeah? Again, does it make sense, guys? So, guys, who is excited about everything that I have been showing here, I've been talking today? I know this is some things you already know, but it's a different concept also. I don't know, it's a lot of information, right? A lot of information, but also a lot of new opportunities, yeah? So I'd like to ask you guys if you can give me a few minutes to talk about something that I've been creating for a while. Is it possible? Just give me okay on the chat. As I mentioned before, guys, I've been teaching illustration business since 2019 in Brazil, and first focusing on Brazilian illustrators because of my native language. And then last year, I moved to Lisbon, to Portugal. I'm back in Brazil, but I spent 1 year in Lisbon. And I had this contact with different cultures. I visited France, I visited UK, Spain. Switzerland. And so I had this contact with all this culture. And I said, guys, I need to bring this to more people. It works with everybody. I was speaking to artists and I saw that we all have the same dreams, the same difficulties, the same fears. They said, what I'm teaching in Brazil, it really works abroad, internationally. Then I had to overcome the fear of the language, but it's okay. I think I'm doing okay. Yeah, I think I'm doing okay. Yeah. So uh, last year I started teaching this internationally, and now I'm going to make this stronger. I'm going to create more content, and the first step for that is this masterclass here today. So today, guys, I'm going to be opening again the registration for Ilustra Sales. Yeah, Ilustra is abbreviation. People from Spain know this abbreviation, Ilustra. It's the same in Portuguese, Ilustra Sales. Okay, it's an abbreviation for illustration. And in Ilustra Sales, we are going to be learning all the processes, the strategies, and tactics to get illustration clients and have a consistent stream of work. Okay? So again, for you to stop the waiting, stop that anxiety, stop those thoughts that you are not enough, that you don't deserve, that other people are better than you. Again, this is my philosophy here, to make you feel motivated, for you to get results, for you to see your portfolio being built, for you to see clients giving you feedback in return. Yeah, and I'll get ahead of myself here, just really quick. But I'm doing this new registration opening with a special holiday offer. Okay, I was supposed to do this for Black Friday, but again, I got a huge search and find illustration that took a lot of time for me. My illustrations today take me like 70 or 80 hours. So I got this job and I couldn't do this for Black Friday, but I'm going to keep the same offer for the holidays. Okay, but I'm going to tell you a little bit more. So what will you learn if you enter Ilustra Sales? First, you're going to be understanding how to make your art unique without changing the way that you draw. You're going to be draw the same way, just like Mary, I said to Mary before. You don't need to change the way you draw. You're just going to make some adaptations here to make your art more unique. You're going to be understanding who you are artistically and how to choose the best illustration that is going to match the kind of work, the best illustration market that is going to match the kind of work that you already do today, not tomorrow, not in 5 years, but today. Yeah, or I was just repeating. Sorry. So after identifying, you're going to identify what's going to make you unique, and then after identifying yourself and making your art unique, it's time for you to choose the markets. So you're going to be focusing, just as I said before, you're going to be focusing before on you, and then you're going to be focusing on the markets. You're going to be choosing your path, the big markets. And notice here that I say big markets. Why do I say that? We have more than 60 different illustration markets in our industries. And you don't need to choose only one. When you choose one, actually, you're going to be targeting other sister and brother markets up to that one that you chose. And I say that we have 4 or 5 big markets in the illustration industry. Yeah. So when you aim into one direction, for example, if you aim at games, you're not going to be aiming only at games. You're going to be bringing other markets, for example, for our publishing illustration, for example. Yeah. So you're going to be choosing your path. And then you're going to understand that different markets have different expectations. For example, games, as I mentioned, the gaming industry, games is one of the industries that they have higher expectations for us artists. Yeah? And maybe your art is not ready for the gaming industry yet. But as I said, that you have similar markets to that, you can still work, create opportunities until your work develops more. And then when you are finally ready for the gaming industry, you have a lot of projects. And maybe in the road, you discover that you don't even like gaming anymore. You're going to be, oh, I discovered this market now and I want to stay with this. It happened with me. Yeah. I didn't plan to work with children's illustration in the past, but it happened and I loved it. And then I started to hate it. And then I came back to advertising. Now I'm going back to children's book again because my work fits on both of them, sister markets or brother markets. Okay. So you're going to understand the markets and where your work fits best. And then after knowing yourself and understanding the markets, it's time to work on your preparation. You're going to prepare your work. You're going to understand all the portfolio strategies, how to prepare everything with strategies to attract not only clients, but the kind of client that are going to be aligned with your artistic voice, with your values. There's a plan. If you are a senior, you can apply everything with what you already have in 10 days. There's a plan for you to do that in 10 days. And if you are just starting out, if you make one drawing per week, you can have your portfolio ready in 8 weeks, 2 months, okay? But again, it all depends. You can do that really quicker. It depends on your available time, but everything planned step by step for you. And then after preparing your portfolio, you're going to be preparing your social media. Remember, some clients are going to find you by themselves. And if you prepare everything, if your social media and your portfolio shows what you do, to who you do, and how you do, the chances of them getting to you, contacting you, go really higher. Okay? And then you're going to understand the line of opportunities. You're going to see exactly the kind of client that is going to work with your art today and where you can go in the next years. This is direction, guys, for you to take opportunities today. Okay? So then you're going to be prepared to already understand who you are, the markets, social media and portfolio is ready. It's time to go after the clients. So we are going to go deeper into the different kinds of prospecting. There's strategies for all of them. And then we go deeper, even deeper in the direct prospecting. And this is cold outreach to the traditional markets yet. Okay, so if you want to work with art directors, illustrate book covers, children's book, board games, gaming, advertising, everything. This is the module for that. You're going to understand how to find the companies inside the line of companies in the traditional market. Okay, then how to approach the clients, all the communication you need to have, like publishers, game companies, advertising agencies, business owners, editorial publishers. And again, as I said before, a lot of artists quit their career. They give up when the waiting appears. So they focus on trying to be known, but not they forget to work on the part of making them being remembered. And being remembered, when we talk about cold outreach, being remembered is what is going to bring you work, really. It's really hard for you to send the first email and the client have already a project for you. It's really hard for that to happen. Okay? That's lucky. It happened for me in my entire career 5 times. The last one was 3 years ago. So it's really hard. So again, remember, being remembered. And we have a module for that. So you're going to understand the 7 points of contact to be remembered. When we know the name of a person or a place by heart, it's the neuroscience says that we need to see that thing or that person 7 times. So we are going to be working on the 7 points of contact to be remembered by the client. Okay. And besides that, while you work on being remembered by art directors and editors and graphic designers and producers, you will be going to work on the monetized production, prospecting clients out of the traditional illustration market, as I showed to you today in the masterclass, while you develop your portfolio and monetize that. So you keep in movement and fully motivated along the road. Okay. So the registrations are open today and are going until Sunday. Sunday is going to be December 14th. Yeah. So guys, when you enter Ilustra Sales, you are going to have 12 months to 1 year access. And at checkout, at the registration, you have the option to have lifetime access. Why I don't put lifetime access all the time? Because Usually, lifetime access generates procrastination. Yeah, so I want you to enter and apply everything. And you're going to be 1 year is more than enough for you to watch and apply everything. More than enough. Okay, but again, if you want lifetime access, you're going to have the option in there. And when you enroll in Ilustra Sales, you're going to have immediate access to everything. You can start right now and start going after all the opportunities that we mentioned here. And what is investment for you to enroll in Ilustra Sales? It's $297. The price here is US dollars, but again, the checkout is going to apply to different currencies. If you're in Europe, it's going to show in euros, okay? $297 US is the investment. And considering that this is a course to make you get opportunities, you can see that investment that you can get investment back for you easily, yeah? Because it's a course made for you to get opportunities. It's different from, I have a course in Portuguese that teaches the technique. And I know that kind of course it improves the art, but it's hard for us to see the return. And this course is made for you to get these opportunities. So the idea is for you to have this investment back quickly. Yeah. And besides all the method, we have some exclusive bonus. Let me show you here, guys, here. So you're going to have the Ilustra Sales course. Then you get a pipeline, a Notion template for you to control all the clients who you have already contacted, who has answered you, who has become a client, who you have already sent a newsletter. So we have a template on Notion for you to apply. It's really nice for you to have control. Yeah, really have a good control of that. Then you're going to have a bonus class, and this is going to be recorded next week, but it is going to be available for you. Overcoming the fear of self-promotion. As I said before, mental block is what makes people, artists, get stuck. So I have been studying the last year a lot of neuro-linguistic programming, coaching, and neuroscience. It has been my side job, my side passion. I've been studying this a lot. So overcoming the fear of self-promotion. And then a content framework. Guys, I am a millennial, and for me, creating content is hard. So I thought, creating content, it can't be hard for me because I need to create content. In my case, I need to be showing every day. So I created a framework for me to make this easily. And I give this to you also. Okay, so a content framework for you to create content without the need to speak to the camera. If you don't want to appear, there's no need to. So there's this content framework. And then there's a bonus class, strategic pricing. But sometimes we lose the opportunity when we are giving our rate, giving our price. So there's a bonus class focused on strategic pricing for you to close those deals. Yeah. And then we have another bonus class, after sales. A lot of artists forget about this. The person has already trusted you. They give you an opportunity. And then you give them the illustration, you finish the project, and then you disappear. And now there's another work that starts. It's easy to do, after sales. And this gives you like a lot of professionalism. People are art directors, they don't expect that from artists. But when we do this gives you a lot of credibility and helps your name to be on their mind. Okay, so this bonus class, after sales. And then you're going to receive 2 ebooks. One, LinkedIn guide for illustrators. LinkedIn is the best place for you to connect with art directors and producers and editors. And also Portfolio Secrets. That is in book that I tell a lot more about my story and all the decisions I made along the road to create my portfolio. It's a really interesting ebook. And then there is an agent. There's the only thing about AI here that is really helpful for us to create contracts. Okay, so this is validated by law firms. So you put all the details of the project and it is going to generate a contract for you. Okay, and this gives you a total value of $776 US. But before we move on, guys, let's just meditate a little bit on this. If everything on this bundle will benefit you to enter these markets, to generate opportunities, to land clients, to keep you in movement, wouldn't it be worth $800? I'm going to round up the number here, $800. If this bundle could help you to get more clients without the pressure of social media, using social media only as a support for your career, would it be worth $800? If this bundle could bring you clients with the kind of work that you do today, not only when your art gets better, would it be worth $800? If this bundle could bring you work when you supply the markets that have demand for you and you generate demand, would it be worth $800? But now let's make a different meditation here. Let's take the number out. If you could learn everything like that to apply and get results, but take your work to strategically in the hands of the right people, how much you would pay for that? Knowing that you are going to show your work to the right people, how much would you pay for that? So you've seen that the Ilustra Sales bundle is worth $776. And as I said before, I have prepared a holiday special for you guys here. So if you enroll until Sunday, from today until Sunday, you will pay only $148. That's half the price of the regular price. It was like $297 and now $148. That's half the price, and not considering all the bonuses. I'm not even considering all the bonuses. So this condition, guys, as I said, it was supposed to be Black Friday, but now it's a holiday special. Okay? So it starts today and it goes until next Sunday, December 14th. And you can also pay it in 4 installments. I know that for some countries it helps. 4 installments of 400. Sorry, 40. 400. 4 installments of $40. As I said, all the prices here are shown in US dollars, but when you go to checkout, the platform is going to change automatically for you, and it's going to apply the taxes from your country. Okay? So this offer is exclusive for you that have invested your time here, and I'm really thankful for that. So it's exclusive for you here. So you have 2 options now, guys. Get all the info I brought you today. Start doing this new way of getting illustration clients, this new way of producing your portfolio, or you have the option to see everything and try by yourself. And that's okay, there's no problem. Okay? But if it doesn't work for you guys, if you enter Ilustra Sales and it doesn't work for you, I didn't like this, Victor, for any reason, I didn't like it, it's not for me, you have a 15 days guarantee. Okay? And just a point here, I like to be really transparent on everything. The class about the monetized production is going to be recorded next week. Okay? So if you enter this week, the guarantee is going to be counting from the day that that class goes live. Okay? So it's not going to be 15 days from today, for example. Only after the class goes live. Because you need to have all the classes for you to have the guarantee. Okay? So there's no risk at all for you. No risk for you at all. So just a recap here. I'm going to put now the link for you to subscribe, for you to enroll. You get Ilustra Sales, the pipeline no-show template, the bonus class, Overcoming the Fear of Self-Promotion, content framework, the bonus class strategic pricing, the bonus class after sales, 2 ebooks, LinkedIn guide and portfolio secrets, and also the agent for illustration contracts. All of that at $776 value, and you pay only $148. Okay, guys, so start now, reserve your seat. You can do this by scanning the QR code. The link is also on the description here on YouTube, and I'm going to also put the link on the chat here for you if you want to click that. In here, let me see if I can pin. Yes, I have pinned the message to chat. Okay, so guys, so start now, reserve your seat, get Ilustra Sales today so you don't miss any of these bonuses. Next week on December 15th, the price is going to come back to $300. Okay, so again, if you are in doubt, it's time for you to scan the QR code, go to the page. All the information about the course is going to be there. And if you have any doubt, you can call me on Instagram, okay? Oh, sorry. This is Bearing Ilo is my international Instagram. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and you can message me. I'm here to help you guys. And again, hope that you have liked the class. Hope you loved everything. Hope I have opened your mind for new opportunities of a new way for you to work with illustration. Hope it all makes sense for you. I really hope to see you inside Ilustra Sales. Okay, guys, so thanks again. Have a great Tuesday. A good night, everybody in Europe, everybody in Canada, and you can count on me. Send me any message if you have to. Okay? See you guys. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Fires of anarchy, tears of the sea, ain't no good in me, no stopping me. Heading to the top, never gonna stop, can't make me stop. Unstoppable. 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 As I rise, it's no surprise. I'm your fear in the flesh, can't make me stop. Heading to the top, never gonna stop, can't make me stop. Unstoppable. Fires of anarchy, tears of the sea, ain't no good in me, no stopping me. Heading to the top, never gonna stop, can't make me stop. Unstoppable. 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 As I rise, it's no surprise. I'm your fear in the flesh, can't make me stop. Heading to the top, never gonna stop, can't make me stop. Unstoppable.